Imagine this. It's 3 a.m. The world around you is completely silent. Your room is dark, and everything feels still. Yet your eyes suddenly open without any warning. There's no alarm, no loud noise, no clear disturbance, just a strange, almost unnatural awareness that pulls you out of sleep once again. You lie there, staring at the ceiling, trying to understand what just happened. Your heart feels like it's beating a little faster than normal, your chest might feel slightly tight, and your mind sits in that uncomfortable space between sleep and wakefulness, foggy, restless, and uneasy. You try to close your eyes again, hoping to drift back into sleep, but something doesn't feel right. Maybe it's a subtle discomfort in your body, maybe it's a racing thought that came out of nowhere, or maybe it's just a feeling you can't explain. At first, you brush it off. You tell yourself it's nothing, maybe stress, maybe age, maybe something you ate before bed. But then it happens again and again. Night after night, at almost the exact same time, your body pulls you out of sleep, leaving you confused, frustrated, and slightly worried. And that's when the question begins to grow in your mind. Why does this keep happening? What most people don't realize is that the human body is incredibly intelligent. It doesn't act randomly. It doesn't create patterns without a reason. When something repeats itself, especially at the same time every night, it's often a signal, a quiet, subtle message that something inside your body needs attention. But because the signal is not loud or painful, it's easy to ignore. It's easy to blame external factors and move on. However, sometimes these small disruptions are the early signs of deeper imbalances that build slowly over time. One of the most overlooked causes lies in something people trust every single day: medications. Think about how many people take common medicines without a second thought. Painkillers for joint pain, back pain, or headaches. Acid medicines for heartburn or indigestion. Sleep aids for better rest. Allergy pills for seasonal discomfort. These medications are so common that they feel completely safe, and in many cases they are helpful when used correctly. But when taken regularly over long periods, they can start to influence the body in subtle ways that are not immediately obvious. For example, certain painkillers can cause your body to retain extra salt and water. This might not seem serious at first, but internally, it increases the workload on your heart. Your heart has to pump harder to manage the extra fluid circulating in your body. During the day, you might not feel this strain clearly. You go about your routine, unaware of the extra pressure building inside. But at night, when your body is supposed to rest and recover, this added stress can begin to show. You might wake up suddenly, feeling slightly breathless or uncomfortable lying flat. It may not feel severe enough to alarm you, but it's enough to disturb your sleep. Over time, this pattern can become more frequent, and yet the connection to something as simple as a daily painkiller often goes unnoticed. Similarly, medications taken for acidity or acid reflux are another hidden factor. These are often used for years without much concern because they provide quick relief. But long-term use can reduce important minerals in your body, particularly magnesium. Magnesium plays a critical role in maintaining a stable heart rhythm and supporting nerve function. When levels drop gradually, your body doesn't immediately show obvious symptoms. Instead, the effects are subtle: a slight irregularity in heartbeat, a mild sense of unease, a sudden awakening at night without a clear reason. These small changes can be enough to disrupt your sleep cycle, causing you to wake up at the same time repeatedly. Then there's your diet, something that seems completely unrelated at first, but plays a powerful role in how your body behaves during the night. Many people rely on leftovers, reheated meals, and stored food as part of their daily routine. It's convenient, practical, and often necessary, but not all foods react well to being stored and reheated. For instance, rice that is left at room temperature for too long before refrigeration can develop harmful toxins that reheating cannot fully eliminate. When consumed, these toxins can affect your digestive system and overall comfort hours later. Leafy vegetables, when reheated multiple times, can undergo chemical changes that may not be ideal for your body.
Oils used in fried foods, when reheated repeatedly, can release harmful compounds that create internal stress. These effects are not dramatic or immediate, but they accumulate over time. Your digestion becomes slightly strained, your metabolism works harder than it should, and by the time night arrives, your body is still processing what it shouldn't have to. This internal activity can be enough to disturb your natural sleep rhythm, pulling you out of deep rest when your body is supposed to be recovering. Another important factor that often goes unnoticed is the impact of medications on the brain. Many commonly used drugs, including sleep aids and allergy medications, can interfere with the chemicals responsible for memory, clarity, and overall cognitive function. While they may help you fall asleep initially, they can alter the quality of your sleep and how your brain transitions between sleep cycles. As a result, you may wake up feeling disoriented, mentally foggy, or unusually alert in the middle of the night. Over time, especially when multiple such medications are taken together, the effect can become stronger. It can influence not just your sleep, but also your ability to think clearly during the day. This creates a cycle where you rely more on medications to manage symptoms while the underlying disruption continues to grow. Even something that seems positive, like having perfectly controlled blood pressure, can sometimes contribute to nighttime awakenings. As the body ages, it often requires slightly higher pressure to maintain proper blood flow to the brain, especially during sleep. If blood pressure is reduced too much through medication, it can lead to moments where the brain doesn't receive enough blood flow. This can cause dizziness, imbalance, or sudden awakenings when you change position, such as turning in bed or getting up to use the restroom. That brief moment of lightheadedness might not seem significant, but it's enough to interrupt your sleep and create a pattern of waking up at the same time each night. Then there's a powerful mental component that many people underestimate. Stress doesn't always appear as obvious anxiety or worry. Sometimes it stays hidden beneath the surface, quietly influencing your thoughts and body responses. Constant health checkups, medical reports, and small findings can create a background level of concern that you may not consciously acknowledge. Your mind processes these thoughts even when you're asleep, and in the stillness of the night, when there are no distractions, these hidden tensions can rise to the surface. You may wake up without a clear thought in your mind, but with a feeling of unease that you can't explain. Over time, this becomes a pattern where your mind associates the night with alertness instead of rest. So when you find yourself waking up at 3 a.m. repeatedly, it's important not to ignore it or dismiss it as something meaningless. It doesn't always indicate a serious condition, but it does suggest that something in your routine, your habits, or your internal balance needs attention. The key is not to panic, but to observe. Look at your daily habits. Pay attention to the medications you take regularly. Consider your diet, especially what you eat in the evening, and how your food is prepared. Notice how you feel during the day, your energy levels, your focus, your mood. These small observations can provide valuable clues about what your body is trying to tell you. Making small adjustments can often lead to significant improvements. Reviewing your medications with a professional, ensuring proper storage and preparation of food, maintaining a balanced diet, staying hydrated, and managing stress through simple practices like relaxation or mindful breathing can all contribute to better sleep. Most importantly, understand that your body is always communicating with you. It may not use words, but it uses patterns, sensations, and signals to guide you. That quiet moment at 3 a.m. when everything else is still might be one of the few times your body has your full attention. And instead of seeing it as a disturbance, you can choose to see it as an opportunity, a chance to listen more closely, to understand more deeply, and to take better care of yourself. Because true health is not just about avoiding illness, it's about living with clarity, energy, and balance. It's about feeling in control of your body instead of being confused by it. And sometimes the journey towards that understanding begins in the most unexpected way, with your eyes opening in the middle of the night, asking